Hey you guys, welcome to another episode of TMI with Maiekayla, and we have a special guest in the house. Can we give it up for Pro?
Hey,
welcome. Thank you for, actually you reached out, so thank you for reaching out. It's nice that we finally meet. I've seen you around at a lot of events, but you guys seen Dot Wave here on PHLV Radio, Rob Lacey, so a lot of stuff within entertainment. We have a lot of original singers, bands, groups, DJs, like we were just saying. Mm-hmm. But tell us more. I know you're active in the community. You're very behind the snes. Tell us everything that you're doing.
Yeah, this is rare. I normally like to stay
I know.
in the shadows. But no, so for with Dot Wave, I'm their label partner. So they partner with me and Virgin Music Group to help level up, what they've already built in their communities here and on the islands, expand that gift that they have with their brand and their merch and their music. So it's been a fantastic ride so far. So that's probably how most people have seen me kind of maneuvering through the city with them, on top of our other clients that we have out here. We Create Digital Music is my company, and we focus on distribution, sync licensing for TV, film, advertising, and gaming. We do
all like the paperwork stuff, all the boring stuff you're doing,
metadata, all the things that secure your legacy, right?
Oh, that's good.
It's really that.
Nice. Right. No, that's what's needed. When I got into, a little bit about my background, I was like, he don't know me, yes, I'll tell you what I do. So I did get into the entrepreneur world, and it's very different from your 9 to 5 where you're covered by HR.
Absolutely.
And working with other managers or agencies who's gonna book you, and just knowing what your protections are. Actors, they have the union for them, right? Getting their protection. So it's I think it's, I don't say boring, because I also provide resources. I don't know if you know that I provide resources for gig workers.
I do.
So it's nice. One of my goals later in the future is to be able to provide, because when I got out of my 9 to 5, one thing that my family told me is what are you going to do now if you get sick? Where's your health insurance, life insurance, dental, 401k, all that stuff. I was like, this is a manipulation game. They're gonna get you trapped in the system.
I knew you were gonna say that, right?
They're gonna trap you in a system to think this is the only resource, this is the only way to get these resources. Right. So I want to be able to let people know, first, you can get 401k, you can get all your benefits, and on top of that, what are you going to do if a gig takes advantage of you, right?
Absolutely.
How do you demand your money without sounding like a brat? You know what I'm saying? You should pay me, but at the same time, we're all working here, right?
Yes.
So I'm guessing that's what you do, right?
It is part of it, because it's a combination of the creative support, but also the business side, right?
Okay.
And as you said, it's the stuff that most people don't want to do, especially creative minds. They don't like to focus on the admin. They don't
think about it sometimes
either. They don't want to focus on the legalities. But to your point, this is how you're able to pass things down generationally, right?
Yes.
Including your creativity. It's we see so many creatives, they may pass on or stop doing music, and then you ask them about their music and they don't, I don't know who really controls it, or I don't really know what happened to that revenue, or no, I never registered that song, or all these and then there's worse nightmare stories, but the whole thing is to try to prevent some of that.
Correct.
Right? The things you can control, right? So we try to keep it clean as far as that's concerned. And so I think that's part of how you level up. So it's not always people are looking and going, I should see them on the news every day or on some radio station. But it's not that only. It's also what you're talking about, the infrastructure.
Yeah.
Right? That's important.
So I do feel once your foot is in the door on something, there's other doors that can open up, even if you're good or not good at it.
I think of all the, I spoke at Kansas University recently, and one thing I told the students there, I said, everyone that you're admiring that's a great music executive, they're failed artists.
Correct.
And the room got quiet. They were like,
"Oh, you're right."
What? But I'm like, including me, I'm like, now I wouldn't say I failed. It's just I did what I wanted to do, and I knew it was time. But all my peers, my friends, they're artists or creators that were like,
didn't work out.
Okay, it didn't work out, or you know what, it's not going to work out, or I'm tired of doing it. But I went through the door and I see the other opportunities. So they turned into executive engineers. They own production companies. They do all these things. So to your point, it's that may be what leads you down the path creatively, but may not be the end opportunity.
Maybe that's
right?
what needed to happen. You needed to that. Yeah,
absolutely.
Sorry, I drank a lot of chocolate and water. I was in the middle of a burp, but then it was my turn to talk. So I was like, okay. But no, it's true. And so, because I never heard of what you did or what.
Right.
Yeah, this is the first time I'm interviewing somebody like you. That's like, because usually it's entertainers.
Yes.
Or it's either producers, event producers.
Yes,
so I never.
yes.
This is actually the first time I'm talking to somebody.
We're just another part of the ecosystem.
Yeah.
Again, what we like to do is just think of music. Let's take one song.
Mm-hmm.
One song is a lemon, right?
Uh-huh.
And how many things can you make out of a lemon? You can make cleaner, you can make lemonade, you can make pie, you can use it on dishes, right? All these things. So that's how we look at one song. We go, where are the revenue opportunities for this one lemon?
Okay.
And that's how we try to program our clients to think. Like, don't just go, oh, I put the song out. Oh, you know what? I'm working on this new song now. Learn how to create these revenue opportunities that make money while you sleep and move on to these other things that you're doing. Because the other thing with creatives, whether they're producers, DJs, singers, rappers, they're creative. So a lot of them do other things and they lose focus and they want to do those things. But you still want to have, like you said, the infrastructure, the admin. So these things that you put out into the universe can make money on their own while you do the other things and move around and balance life, family. You know, people have 9-to-5 gigs, whatever the case may be. Right.
There's a video that I seen recently. I was like, this is so relatable. There is this guy singing on like a stage and there's like thousands of people and he's like rocking it out. And then the next video is him like paying bills. He's like, I need to get another gig, you guys. Somebody book me. But it's so crazy. That's the reality of it. And then I see this other video where like there is this entertainer who's like performing and there's no crowd there. And that's also the reality of it. And I'm just like, this is not for the weak, let me tell you.
It is not. It's not.
And I think like also, because when I first got into like entertainment, I would kind of like hate on people like they're not even that good.
Right.
Why, you know what I'm saying? Why are they singing? But now I'm like I have a little bit more grace and understand like respect for people that's trying to make it, because it's like, because even like with me, I hear a lot of people that in the beginning tell me like, do you think you're a star? Listen, I don't think I'm a star. The people think I'm a star, so that's why they book me.
Right.
Shit, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm just kidding, but there's a little truth to it.
I was going joking, not joking.
But also, like, I really believe we're all just trying, and but also, that's the reality of it, that it's not a consistent thing. I love what you're doing. So I don't know if you want to save this for your clients or you want to give a little tip.
Yes.
But what is your tip for somebody to monetize over like entertainment?
I think what the important step is admin. Like, even if you're not going to admin your creativity fully yourself, you need to partner with someone or have someone on your team that does that, because ultimately that's how you and all your collaborators get paid.
Yeah.
That's also how bigger entities will do business with you. So you can't go to a bigger entity or brand and go, hey, I have this great song or I have this team and we want to do this with you. And they go, oh, we love what you're doing. And then they start asking you questions about your business. And then they start going,
oh, he don't got it together.
Yeah,
he's a dreamer right now.
We'll get back to you. Yeah. Right? Like, you don't have paperwork with your collaborators. Your songs aren't registered. You know, maybe you said you have a production company, but you guys don't have a space.
Yeah,
like,
I get
like
you.
just all these things, it turns people off. So it's like, if you're really looking to level up from where you are, that's what you need to do. And I say this to all clients that this is part of, I would call it the vetting process. Yeah. And I said it to Dotwave too. Anybody that's out here doing business with us is, if you're trying to be who you were last year, no need to do business with me. You could be the greatest last year. Yeah. But the whole point is, if you're trying to be that, there's just keep doing that.
For us to keep working for. Yeah.
Right.
So we got to elevate here.
That would be my advice. Like, when you step into, you always hear creatives going, oh, I need a manager. I need an agent. I need all these things, right? I want to sign to a label. You have to be ready. Yeah. So that's the thing, is like really preparation. Yeah. Right. Do the study. It's easier now to do the research because you have the YouTube, you have social media platforms, you have all these educational tools that are out there,
to get
AI,
you there.
right? And any question you have, it can be answered. Or you find individuals like myself that are out when we're out and about in a venue or out wherever, and I'm approachable. Like I share, even clients creatives I'm not interested in. They ask me a question, I'll give you hey, here's a tool. Here's like you had that bucket of candy. Here's a piece of candy. Here's a piece of candy. And keep an eye on it. A lot of people I keep an eye on.
That's good. So he's watching you guys. You may not know it, but he is. So get yourself together, right?
Right.
So for somebody that's been in your positions, overlooking, I'm pretty sure you've seen a lot of artists that did not make it or that failed. What do you think is that common ground why things don't work out?
A big one is work ethic. Another one, vices. So whether it's alcohol, drugs, sex, any of the things, gambling, bad relationships,
distractions.
Yeah, those things I've seen tank a ton of careers, right?
Yeah.
But the work ethic part is the one where, you hear people give you these cliches. You call them cliches, but they're true. It's like, keep pushing through. Like
shoot
you're
for
right.
The stars.
Yeah, like,
shoot for the damn stars.
Like, the work towards that. People, you just see them go, and unfortunately, I will say, just like in life, in the music business, there are some toxic situations, right?
Yeah.
But you're going to see those toxic situations in anything that you do, whether you work, at the mall, whether you work in corporate America, it's going to be the same thing.
Correct.
So you need to develop the tools.
Correct.
And also don't put yourself in certain positions, right? That's the thing. Like there's so many, I said, those toxic situations in the music business. Most you can't avoid all of them, but you can avoid a lot of them, right? So you have to figure out how you want to maneuver what your path is, right?
Correct. Yeah.
So those would be some of the nuggets I would throw in there. Obviously there's a lot more, but those would be instant ones that you can take and apply today and just kind of look yourself in the mirror and be truthful with yourself,
like what
right?
you gotta fix.
Yes, yes.
I feel like it's just your principles that you hold down at the end of the day.
And it's not easy.
It's not.
I'm not saying it's easy, but it's necessary.
Yeah,
right?
for sure. And I feel like it matters, and it's, biblically speaking, it matters what you do with the small stuff because it's going to interfere with all the bigger stuff later in the future.
Amen to that. Yes, for sure.
Yeah, but no, this was a great talk.
Yes, thank you.
So before we close this out, do you have any last words you want to say?
No, just, I would say for those in the creative spaces, it's very important to pay attention to the evolution of the business and technology. And if you are in music, you are in tech. That's the thing to not forget. Like, just because you play an instrument, just because you songwrite, you're using technology every day, and it's evolving, and you need to protect yourself, protect your creativity, but also use it to responsibly enhance what you're doing, right? Don't use technology as a cheat code and just become this, I'm looking for a quick fix, but use it to enhance your human creativity. Right?
I like that.
So that's probably what I would leave everyone with.
Okay, how can we find you?
All of our socials are Create Dig Man Pub. So that's the word create, DIGMANPUB. We also have a website, createdigitalmusic.solutions. Those are the main things.
All right.
And I would like a couple of quick shout outs for my nonprofit work. Shout out to Manifest Academy.
Yes,
you guys should be familiar with Rob and his movement here locally, and actually now crossing over back to LA.
Yes, I seen that.
Yes,
that's awesome.
Notes for Notes, the studio which Rob works at the Boys and Girls Club. We have about 27 plus youth recording studios across the country. We have them in Boys and Girls Clubs, school districts. There's a few standalones. You can see more about that at www.notes.org. Shout out to Recording Academy.
That's a lot.
I think I'm 18 years plus now voting member, and then I'm on an advocacy committee. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, those are my people too. So
love it.
Yeah, and shout out you.
Oh, hey.
Yes. Shout out JR. Shout out V. I'm trying to think of. Shout out Dot Wave, Sweet Heat Records, all the clients, all the local clients.
I love that.
Yeah.
Well, no, this was a great talk. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You guys, if you guys want to elevate yourself, you know who the man to talk to. All right. Until next time. Bye.